Hello everyone and welcome to our top 5 records video. We recently saw a very interesting new release by Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. It is this, Santana's Abraxas on MoFi Super Vinyl. Now, why is this specifically an interesting MoFi release? Well, MoFi released a one step a couple of years ago, and that one step has become the stuff of legends. Its value is way above $1,000, and it's a very tough to find record. It was one of the early one steps. I believe it's 45 RPM, and its status has grown incredible. So Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab returning to that title with another release on 33 RPM, nevertheless, is very, very interesting. Today I'm going to be comparing this to a first US pressing. Why a first US? Well, I obviously do not have a one step. Paying more than $1,000 for a record is just beyond my reach. So, is this the next best thing? We're gonna find out. First of all, let me show you my first US copy that I found about 6 months ago in the Brabant Halle during the largest record fair in the world at a stand with an American stand where they sell American pressing. So this is the first American pressing. I was going through the records on my knees because they were on the ground. This was the $5 bin, and then suddenly this guy wanted to take it from me, or in a friendly way, like, "Oh, can I have a look?" And I said, "Why do you want to have a look?" He said, "Well, I am specifically looking for the KC 3130." So I said, well, looking at the final, I said, yeah, that's also precisely the one that I'm looking for, and this is it. Oh, so he was really bothered by it. But I just wanted to have a first US pressing. I didn't even check Discogs, what it looked like. So very thrilled to buy about $5 for a first US pressing. And I went home, and it's not the first copy of this record that I own. I also have a first German one. And listening to the first German one, I actually did not find it necessary to search any further because the first German one sounds stunning. But, when you have a first US in your hands and uh, you're not going to find a one step. Hi, Layla. You're not going to find a one step. Yeah, I do get curious. So, bought it, compared it to the first German, and although the German has a gorgeous definition, beautiful sound, and I believe this record was also recorded and mastered very, very well. Um, this one blew that one away. It's so much fuller, warmer. So having that, was pretty happy. Now, the new MoFi made me curious. So here it is. Which one sounds better? First of all, I'm gonna show you the packaging because they did a marvelous job on the details on the cover. I'm not sure if this cover suffered from light damage or something like that, like a light changing the colors. But if you put the two of them aside, this one is a lot brighter, but you can also see a lot more detail. For example, in the woman on top of the cover, its tone is different. You have, it's a gatefold. Also, and that is worthwhile noticing, the record here talks about the steps in the process. We're talking about a 33 RPM record, obviously. Then it comes from an analog master to a DSD 256 with an analog console to the left. But what you see here is that they corrected it because the DSD 200 56 is now a DSD 64. I'll show you. So that is an interesting correction. Now, what does it sound like? I checked it last night with a friend of mine, and honestly, this does sound better than the first US. And not a little bit. I really loved the first US as a reference with its full warm sound, but the amount of detail this one has is just stunning. The all the instruments, literally all the instruments, and there is a lot going on here, whether it be bass or organ or guitar or all the layers of drums and how do you call them in English? They have a different word in Dutch. Man. Um, I don't want to use the overall word, but I'm going to go for the entire rhythm section. There's so much going on, and it's very tough to get that good on a record. It's all there, beautifully detailed. You can easily pinpoint the instruments there, and not in a way like with the Beatles 2018 master where they added reverb or a certain airiness, so it doesn't feel like a whole anymore. No, this still feels like a whole. It just added this incredible amount of detail. The texture of it is slightly more sterile than the nice warm sound of the US original, but you know that difference is easily forgotten if you take a look at the staggering amount of definition. This is such a gorgeous, bright, but bright in a good way sounding record. I finally had an idea what was going on here. I finally got more of an understanding of what this music meant, of what Santana was doing here. This to me is by far one of, if not the best MoFi releases from this year. Seriously, I'm really taken aback by what they did here. And with MoFi, it's also a question, how is the smiley face equalizing going? Well, the difference between this one and the other one is so big that I didn't really notice. Perhaps it's a little bit less in the mid as usual, because I do notice that there's a lot of warmth in the original and it's concentrated around the mid, but I find it very tough to single it out because the entire soundstage here is bigger, broader, and I'm gonna repeat it again, so much more detail, and the kind of detail you want. Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab nailed this one. And I'm really curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.